In other news, while Tshwane municipality's multi-coalition parties continue bickering over the appointment of a new mayor, residents say service delivery has come to an abrupt halt. One of the city's civic organizations says the events of the past few weeks in the municipality are both worrisome and shameful.
Tshwane municipality, a ship barely afloat and without a captain, and residents are pleading for help, with service delivery taking a sharp nosedive. Here in Winterveld, drivers attempt to negotiate their way through a difficult terrain. The roads here are virtually impassable, and pedestrians' lives are at risk as motorists are forced onto sidewalks. But some have taken service delivery into their own hands.
I said to myself, I've got the tools, my own tools, so that I can do something for the community of this Winterveld.
I don't think there's any hope in Tshwane. The mayors, we always seeing some new faces.
Unemployment is also rife, and many here are dependent on food services provided by this youth-led NGO.
This is Carlo that's helped us with food. This is the only good thing that came around us. Otherwise, this area is dead with service delivery.
As much as we are bright youth, we are interveners. We are a voice and vanguard of the community and the government. So most of our programs are focusing on developing every person who's living near Winterveld, who's living around Winterveld.
In Atteridgeville, a concerned residents' organization says the multi-party coalition has regressed and collapsed the metro.
We were closely monitoring all the drama and the circus. Our metro has been turned into a circus and a jumping castle for political parties. This is affecting the service delivery because for them it's all about power. We've been on media all along warning communities that the coalition agreements that they're making are not made public, number one. Number two, they are excluding us from their agreements. We don't know what they're agreeing upon. But all what we've noticed since we're attending all those council meetings, it's power.
Mahlangu says coalition governments are unstable and benefit only politicians and not voters. But with no single political party in charge to steer the ship, the struggles here will continue. Mulimone Muto, SABC News, Pretoria.
We speak to Tshepo Jay Mahlangu, who is the chairperson of the Lotus Atteridgeville Saulsville Civic Association, or LASCA. A very good evening to you, and thank you so much for speaking to us, Mr. Mahlangu. Let's just first start with your lived experience as a result of this infighting within the coalitions to be mayor of Tshwane. How has it affected residents, and which residents in particular have suffered the most?
Good evening and good evening to viewers at home. You know, it's very, very disappointing if you can be in that council chambers whenever there's a council meeting. You will ask yourself a question, how would the voters feel when they see that circus or a drama unfolding, using taxpayers' money just to go there and waste our time, because we are looking for a mayor that is going to provide us with services. We don't have services. The state of our metro is on decay. Our capital city is now on its knees. It has collapsed because of this coalition government, because of these politicians who only think about their pockets but not us.
I'm just... This may sound like an academic question, but for those who don't understand the chopping and changing of mayors, how does that affect service delivery? Because one should think that these are things that are built into municipal policy. Service delivery should be something that is basic as per our constitutional rights on those basic necessities. How has it brought service delivery to a halt?
I'm telling you, I just want to be straight and honest with you. This cutting and chopping of mayors is affecting the service delivery negatively because There is no MACO. The mayoral committee is not there. There is no CFO in Tshwane. So there is no administration in the capital city. So this coalition are very, very much toxic. They are very much unstable. And this thing is going to last for a very long time because there is this big brother mentality from this parties who think that they have numbers. You know, the numbers are the vote. So we are actually furious, frustrated as the people on the ground because they keep on changing. There is no stability there. And this stability is affecting service delivery because there is no focus. They are only focusing on choosing the preferred candidate because it's all about power for them. We are left stranded as voters, as communities. This coalition thing is going to cost this country, the whole of our country, big time.
And of course, we're talking about a capital city here. So we've been showing pictures of potholes, but it goes beyond the potholes. Waste management, I believe, is a problem, including street lighting. How has this impacted on the quality of life of residents?
The residents are fuming because there is no service delivery. As I'm saying, there is no administration. I mean, the budget cannot be passed to actually execute that service delivery. I mean, for starters, the city is very, very filthy. From CBD, Thunderbird Street, Tabuti Street, it's very filthy. Just on the door of that Tshwane house. So the street lights are not functioning. Hammaskral people, I so feel sorry for our community that side because they've been played by politicians for so many years. They've been drinking dirty, unhealthy water. And our drainage, who are so religiously paying for those services, are denied access to water. Water is life. But this thing of coalition, I'm telling you, we are very much disappointed with most of the political parties who came campaigning and feeding us with lies that they will fix the system, of which it is evident now that they will never ever fix the system because their focus is on their pocket, not on the voters. So the voters are now despondent, are saying, how are we going to vote if this thing has been continuing for more than 2 decades? Here, hence, our organization, which is non-political, is now going to take a driver's seat in the capital city and fix this broken municipal system because the system is broken by politicians. I don't care which party, but all the parties have, especially the bigger parties with bigger numbers, the targets that you are going to dethrone because these bigger parties believe that they are powerful, and they believe that they are entitled to govern our city, either by hook or crook. Their campaigns are leveled against each other. They are sabotaging each other. They are bulldozing each other. They are disrespecting and disregarding the voters. Those numbers are going to be taken back. People shall govern. LASCA will direct the voters to the party that will serve us. We want a mayor who's going to prioritize the voters who put them into power. They didn't put themselves into power. Now they are so arrogant and pompous. They think they can do as they please in our public office space. They're going to stop there. They're going to put that into stop now in June. The work is in progress. We are busy now with the voter registration.
Okay.
So we educate people how to vote and who to vote and who not to vote.
Let me ask you this question, Mr. Mahlangu. In the past, there have been allegations of the politicization or discrimination of particular areas in terms of service delivery, that, for instance, the DA was prioritizing service delivery in suburbs and ignoring townships, of which the previous mayor denied this, saying that they have an indigenization program that actually seeks to help those who can't pay for municipal services. Can you just tell us what is the actual truth? How have residents in townships experienced this? Is it any different to those who are in suburbs?
We are the majority voters in the metro, and we are the ones who are excluded. There is no service delivery in townships. I just want to put it straight. We are not prioritized. There are no services. They prioritize the suburbs. Your Pretoria is. You know, you'll find an instance whereby the ex-mayor, Randall Williams, wearing a reflector, claiming that they are busy 24/7 to restore the best, what you call the transformers bested. They will be working around the clock, or there is a water interruption. There is no communication between us as Black Townships. All regions of Tshwane are struggling with service delivery because we are excluded by those superpower parties who are in the DA-led coalition. Why I'm mentioning it, we have done the billing intervention. We were on the ground trying to fix the system because they are so racist. I mean, I was embarrassed when I hear the mayor-elect or their candidate proudly saying that our Black elect mayors are puppets, labeling them as puppets. It clearly shows that there is a racism element on that part. So there is no service delivery. We are not prioritized. But when they want to collect revenue, the first stop is townships. Hence, we are saying to all the townships, please let us unite. There's no time of bickering from our side because we are on our own. Let's stop with maladministration and bullying tactics. No disconnection. There's this building in town, CBD, called Middlestad. In Middlestad, funny things are happening there. Our grannies who are depending on SASA grants, child-headed households, and disabled communities are tricked to come to that building to make arrangements on estimated billings. They don't provide them with service, they just collect the revenue. Randall Williams is gone, MMPs are gone, but debt collectors are still remaining behind. Who's actually calling the shots in that municipality? So, but the biggest problem here is that we as townships are forced to make payments 3 times. We are based on estimation, on arrangements. Now there's this thing of 60% looted on the prepaid meters, which are going to be disconnected in 2024. They must just come next week and disconnect all these things, and we are going to continue to pay 300 rand as indigents. Non-negotiable. The working class will contribute 500 rand because we want to pay Eskom, we want to pay rent water. The rubbish is not removed.
All right. Mr. Mahlangu, I'm afraid we have run out of time, so I'm going to have to stop you now, but I do appreciate your time. Tshepo Jay Mahlangu is the chairperson of the Lotus, Atteridgeville, Saulsville Civic Association, or LASCA, speaking to us about the challenges that infighting within the coalition parties in the Tshwane Metro